There we go. Move this a little bit closer. Hey everyone, Michael here. Hope you guys have all been having a fantastic day. Today again has just been kind of a roller coaster. Now, we'll talk a little bit more about what's going on with Bitcoin and stuff like that over the next few minutes here. But the entire day, I have to say, is kind of weird. We have a bunch of new news out here that we're going to have to talk about. But overall, we're not in too much danger just yet. If you guys were here over the past few days, we kind of talked about the likelihood of a 1,000-point drop. We did have that. That was pretty good. But today we're going to be talking about Bitcoin, some of the stuff going on in the stock market here, and then basically what's been happening with crypto so far this month, just so you guys have an idea of what's going on. Because, you know, people are, of course, going to start worrying here, and it's just kind of part of the process, so to speak. But before we start the mainstream, everybody, Chart Prime is sponsoring this video, so please go check them out. I have the link down below in the description. Guys, and hey, Smokey J, there we go. First here, Dogecoin, good evening. Hey, Cozy Babe, hope you guys are doing well. It's definitely been a kind of a wild one, guys. So today, Bitcoin did, Jasmine got a new pat. Ooh, that's pretty good. You know, today we did see Bitcoin drop about 1,000 points. I told you guys this is probably going to be, going to happen. Although I was a day late on it. I thought it was going to happen yesterday. It ended up happening today. And so we did have that drop off, we did have that breakdown, and now we have to kind of figure out what's going on next. Again, you know, I wasn't too concerned about Bitcoin, but what I do think I was a little bit more concerned about is, if you guys recall this, over the past few days, we had been talking about how Bitcoin was looking fine. It was still, you know, kind of around some support levels, but it was overall pretty well. If it broke down, we weren't going to hit any really crazy levels. But we had talked about specifically a lot of altcoins out there, and these altcoins were kind of all at really large levels of support. So instead of having some type of pennant or triangle where they're kind of moving up and having these higher lows, a lot of altcoins were not having these higher lows. And unfortunately, because Bitcoin did drop about 1,000 points over the last 24 hours, we did see that a lot of these altcoins here did end up having some pretty big drops. I think the stonks, you know, the meme coin rallies, they got hit especially hard. The stonks meme coin, I think, fell like 50%. Pepe coin definitely got hit pretty hard here. If somebody had a stop loss on Pepe coin, it was definitely hit. You can see stonks right here over the past few days since it peaked. This thing has been coming back down around, oh, it doesn't even tell me it's fallen down too much, but it's come down a lot, I assume. Pepe token over here from the highs. This one looks a little bit better overall, but it's down about 60%, 59% from the highs, so be careful here as always. And then you guys can see we did break down below both the 20 moving average and the 4-hour chart, which is really big with me if you guys have been following long enough. And then we also broke down below the 50 here, and it's just been kind of a weird move. So if you guys are looking at Pepe token, it is down about 6% right now. It is looking a little bit bearish. However, if you guys wanted to buy a dip, I guess this would technically be that dip for you to be buying. Again, just be very, very careful here. It kind of looks like it bottomed off around 11 o'clock or the hour of 11 o'clock, so between 11 and 12. But just be careful. If this thing doesn't find a way to hold the, you know, high or low type of situation, Pepe token is going to be in some danger here. I do think I saw people talking about this on Twitter, talking about how it may be on more exchanges as the week goes on. But if Bitcoin's going down, the fear of that will kind of overwhelm anything else going on with Pepe. So just be aware of that. The 5-minute chart, you definitely see some kind of dips here. But if you can time this right, these are some really good day trades. I don't think you can trade this with maybe you can trade this with margin. Maybe you can trade this with futures. I don't know. But if you can see from the bottom to the top up here, it's like 33%. So you can have some fun here, even with spot trading. I would just say be very, very careful about how you guys are approaching some of these, okay? And hey, Ken, hope you're doing well. Is Lucid worth buying at this point? So I've been a long-term holder of Lucid for a while. I kind of just own some and I really don't touch it, and I'll see where it goes. Both Lucid and Palantir, you just kind of want to have a small position and kind of just hold on for the long run. But let me check out what the price is actually after these earnings reports and everything like that. Lucid Group. So we're at $7 or so. I think Palantir had the good one so far today, but Lucid definitely not looking as hot. It's off from the lows over here of 690. Let's see. I mean, you could do some dollar cost averaging into it if you wanted to, but you know, the way I look at it at this point, let's go back to the daily chart. You know, we've been kind of at this range for a while. Let me actually go back over here to the 4 hour so I can show you guys. There you go. 4 hour just so I can show you guys where it is currently. You know, we've been around here for quite a bit of time. I don't really feel the need to add more to a position, but if you don't have a position just yet, it's actually not a bad idea just to dip your toes into it. But I'm really looking to invest in a lot of this stuff, in my opinion, when I think the market's going to go into a recession. So when everybody's freaking out, the market's going down quite a bit, when everybody's buying up gold, that's usually when you guys are accumulating, or you can try to accumulate as the market's plunging down. You know, it's harder to do that, but again, either way works. A good strategy that I like to do every now and again is when people are, or the one I'm going to be using here a little bit more, I should say, because I haven't done it before, is I'm guessing that gold is going to pump up pretty soon once the recession kind of hits. Normally what happens is during a recession, both gold and assets fall. But then as the economy is kind of working its way back up very, very slowly, I tend to invest in stocks during that time. But you're also seeing gold go up while the economy is kind of lagging and therefore the market's lagging. Maybe I can go over here to the watch list and I'm pretty sure there's gold over here. Yeah, gold. Okay. Actually, better yet, here's the Dow. Let's go back over here. This is the 4 hour chart. Let's go over here to the 2008. Let's just go to a weekly chart. Let's just go to a monthly chart then. I want to be able to show you everything going on without having to worry about the size of everything. All right, so this is 2008 financial crisis. You can see how until 2010 the market was kind of icky. 2011 kind of bad. 2012 is when things finally started picking back up. And again, this is a monthly chart, so 2013 really is where things actually started to get good. So really from that time point, the market wasn't doing anything that except for, you know, kind of rebounding a little bit, going back up to some of the levels we saw back in 2000. Like, you know, that's nothing was really happening for this whole decade here. Now, what gold was doing at that time is you can see right here, gold fell down during the financial crisis. And then afterwards, this is still 2009, 2010, right? Gold is pumping up. Usually during that time frame, you can determine this however you want to, but usually you can be acquiring different stuff during that time. I think a good one to be going off of is usually going into tech, Nvidia, stuff like that. There'll always be good opportunities. But you could even see something like an Apple during that time frame. If I can find it, there we go. Now I think they have had a split since then, so you know, bear with me here. But 2008, remember, right? All throughout here, 2009, it was going just fine. That accumulation phase is usually what you're looking for. You can always buy down here. You always will buy down here, most likely, if you're looking to do dollar cost averaging right now. But if you want to get one big buy when the market's kind of falling off a cliff, maybe another one if the market's falling off a cliff again, you can always do some bulk buys. But eventually you're going to find a bottom here. And then, you know, after that, you can feel much more confident about buying, especially when it comes to crypto. You can feel more confident about going long-term longs with leverage and stuff like that. Although most of you guys probably don't want to do long-term leverage plays. But again, you know, like a week long, that usually will do you some good here, especially in these scenarios. But as far as Lucid right now, you could nibble, but I wouldn't take necessarily a big bite. Just a nibble, just a little nibble. Because most stuff right here, like, you know, this is Amazon, 2008, right? 2009, popped up a little bit, then it started to go back up here. The entire market's not going to be doing that too much. AMD, 2009. Yeah, AMD was kind of weird. It didn't pump up until 2016. That's when, you know, what happened. I don't even know what happened in 2016. I guess they just got good at computers or something like that as far as chips. Google, steady growth. Here, steady for a while. Then 2012, it looks like everything really kicked off there. Tesla, well, I guess Tesla's its own little thing here. But Tesla didn't pop off into 2013. So you can see there was a lot of nothing going on for a while in the economy. I'm hoping that doesn't happen this time because we do have so much money just sloshing in around there. But man, you know, depending on how bad this recession gets, which I don't think will be terrible, at least at this point, hopefully if we're not having some type of crisis, just a recession, there'll be a way to have a quicker rebound instead of having to wait like 3-4 years for the market to recover from all this shit. Oh, crap, excuse me, whatever. But yeah, Nibble, don't bite. That's my philosophy here. Long live the frog. I think a lot of people right now are going to be buying up Pepe, hoping for some good stuff, but they are going to be, just playing it safe at least. They're not going to be putting the whole amount of the whole retirement account there. And hey, Zachary, 750 million market cap already. Too expensive for me. Yeah, I mean, people were buying it over $1 billion market cap, I think, just a few days ago. I don't know if Pepe. Yeah, Pepe is trending right now. Market cap here. Let's go for the last 7 days. Yeah, at one point it was at 1.5 billion. I think people were talking about it overtaking Sheeb or something like that. So if it was at 1.5 billion, that put it all the way up here. Around like 35 or so. People are saying it's going to be the next Sheeb, next Dogecoin, you name it. Is it in the top 100? Yeah, there it is right there. Pepe 61. It's down 33% in the last 24 hours, but you can see in the last 60 days it's up 3,000%. Definitely having a really big move. You did hear about people making some really big cash outs last week. They're probably pretty smart for taking at least some of their profit off the table. But afterwards, 24 hours, 33%, it's not terrible. You see a lot of other stuff. Chili's is down 10, Axis Infinity down 7, Flow down 8, Tezos down 6. You see some other stuff up here. Let me scroll up all the way. Ethereum's down about 1.5, nothing too terrible. BNB down 2, nothing too terrible. XRP down 5, Dogecoin down about 5.5, Polygon down about 6.5, Solana 5, Polkadot 5. Really it's like how they're doing year to date, and how the percentages are for the last 60 days or so. Like Dogecoin's only up 10-11% for the last 60 days. Bitcoin's up over 40. XRP's only up 15. You see stuff like this. Litecoin's only up 2%. So depends on the token you guys are holding, which is why it pays to be diversified. But something of a heads up, Uniswap is down for the year. Toncoin is down for the year. So there are some things here that are honestly not doing as hot as you would think. So just be aware of that. I don't know if regulation is going to come in here and try to destroy some of these things like Uniswap, unless they somehow get bought out by a corporation or something, because there are going to be problems with Uniswap as far as regulators are concerned, because they're going to want exchanges, and they feel like Uniswaps and the swap places are very scammy, I guess you would say, from their perspective. I know there are legitimate uses for them because people like to get into coins early, but they're probably only going to want them to be on exchanges and have a proper process to do that. So Uniswap better make an exchange if they haven't already. I think if they can find a way to make an exchange, I think they would be much better off here. How have they been performing last year, I guess? Yeah, wow, they really are just down for the year. That's surprising because Bitcoin has definitely not been going down this year. It's been having an amazing year so far. Even with the 1,000-point drop we've had, it's still been an amazing year. And going over here to the markets, guys, again, we kind of just got hit with this sideways action. A whole bunch of nothing happened today. Maybe some ups and downs, but I mean, come on, overall, it was pretty much nothing. You can see Microsoft was down, Apple was down, Nvidia up, Google up, Tesla up, Amazon up. A whole bunch of just going sideways here barely, but you did see some nice moves here. Oil has been kind of weird. Oxy looks like it's been going down a little bit, so just be prepared for that one. The oil market has had a rebound, so you kind of do want to see some of these oil stocks continue to move up. And hey, Daily Pizza. Oh, I'm using the chart prime indicator right here. This is one of their oscillators. I basically like it because it helps me find some divergences without having to look too hard. I don't like finding divergences usually because you guys know how many divergences there are. You guys know that so Chart Prime's a paid indicator. They sponsor the channel. If you do want to try them out, they have a free trial down below. But if you want something that's free that can help you out as well, there also is. If you just type in here, I made a video about it if you wanted to watch it, but it's under community scripts. It's called Divergence for Many Indicators version 4. It's by Lonesome the Trader. If you click on this little readme section, it'll also kind of go over what's happening here and all the divergences and stuff like that. Let's get out of this though for now. So the only thing I don't like is I don't like seeing all these divergences on my chart. Sometimes it just really annoys me, depending on what I'm looking for, especially when I'm streaming. When I'm not streaming, it's not as bad. You know, I'm at 100% right here. I can kind of live with this, but sometimes when I stream, I go up to like a 200%, 175, so you can see everything that's going on. And it can be pretty annoying. So this is 150. I'll stay here for a little bit. That along. Actually, let's go back to 125. There we go. But you can go over here. You can change the settings, and you can choose to see any of the divergences that you want. So these are MACD, MACD histogram, RSI, stochastic, CCI, momentum, OBV, you know, VW, MACD, Chaikin, money flow, and money flow index. But there's usually a button I push here. Oh, there we go. So it'll say divergence type. Most of us will just want to see regular divergence. I like to have regular and hidden divergences here. Excuse me. And so that's why it can look a little bit crowded here. And so you can see some bullish divergences right here. We had a small pop, some negative divergence here, some negative divergence here, some negative divergence here, and some negative divergence here. It's never going to tell you exactly when the move is going to happen, but it can tell you that, hey, momentum is shifting, and you should be aware that the momentum is shifting, because eventually those divergences do end up paying off. I think something very easy that you guys can practice your divergences on is always just going to be the MACD. So if I take this off for a second, I just put my MACD up here, shrink the oscillator. You can see right here, there's a little bit of a divergence. We're seeing, well, let me just draw it on here. On the MACD, we're seeing lower highs, okay? But in reality, we're not really seeing too much of that over here, over here, over here. It's kind of more of a flat line. Usually that divergence ends up winning out, which is one of the reasons, if I said I had to guess, I would say we're probably going to have a really bad day to the downside. I said around 1,000 points, but I thought it was going to happen yesterday, because if you go over here to the Bitcoin daily chart, this is the 4-hour chart, which is a little bit different. Let me get rid of this stuff as well. Yeah, let's shrink that back down. Remember how I told you guys that, actually, let's just, no, I just hate that you have to really delete all this crap. There you go. Remember I told you guys that usually when we do have these larger moves, it's usually when we're actually breaking down below the 20 and the 50-day moving averages. Well, that day we didn't really do nothing. And so we came down, we broke down below it, but then it was the next day that we really had the big crash effect where everybody was panicking today. And then we just ran into support right here. I'm not too concerned unless we start breaking down below this. If we start breaking down below this, it's going to be an ugly tumble back down here to the low 20s. We're not there yet. We're pretty far away. You know, we still got to deal with the support levels down here, kind of around $26,500, which is another $1,000 less than where we are now. So not time to panic, if you ask me. But yeah, it's just an oscillator here that gives you a bunch of stuff. It can tell you when institutional investors are kind of hopping in, when you're doing some order block stuff up here. Mostly a lot of divergences and things of that nature, though. Oscillators, momentum. It can be kind of hard to learn at the beginning, but they have a bunch of tools and stuff like that to help you out. And they have a Discord page. Usually Discord is where everybody gets all their help for this type of stuff. Excuse me. I'm pretty much over my cold. I just have a little bit of a phlegm in the back of my throat, so I will be chugging water like I've been doing all day. Maybe gargling some more salt water after the stream is over. Okay. But I think the big thing that really was more concerning to me today, guys, wasn't so much Bitcoin going down, because we kind of had an idea this was going to happen. You see Ethereum, nothing too crazy here. Again, we kind of just went back to a support level. That's fine. But you see stuff like this, ADA started to tumble. See right there, we were looking at the support level, tumbling. So they're kind of falling a little bit at a faster pace than Bitcoin, which makes sense. Dogecoin at the support level, tumble. Ape token, tumble down below that support. Now we're all the way back down here to the levels back in December. Okay, December levels. AVAX fell off that support level here, going back to this next level of support from back in March. This one's a little bit healthier. If we continue to break down, we're probably going to come back down just to 1375 or something. Axis coming down, breaking down. Bitcoin Cash coming back down to support levels. Matic broke down. It's coming back down to support levels from December. All right. So a lot of these altcoins have had some really big moves, but you can see that in hindsight, they've peaked already. Now Bitcoin hasn't peaked, but remember, we've talked about this at length. Matic is one of those things that just loves to go parabolic and it loves to go high, but it hasn't had that opportunity here. It looks like everybody over the last, let's say give it 2 weeks, has really been on the meme coin train and not so much in just acquiring long-term assets like, the Matics, the Ethereums, and stuff like that. Maybe even going back over here to FTM, broke down. It's about to break down below that 200 daily moving average here. Gala, I don't know if Gala is a long-term thing, but you can see it didn't even manage to hold the support level it had. It just plummeted down. Of course, Bitcoin dropping down 1,000 points, but still, it's not something you necessarily want to see. And we still haven't hit that support level here. We bounced off of this one temporarily. Yeah. You can see how volatile some of these can be. Let's pop this back up there. Any better there? There, it's looking a little bit better here. Anything else, though? XRP broke down. Mana broke down. I mean, there are tokens that are at, they're January. They're getting back down to some of these lows we saw at the beginning of the year, so we're giving back a lot of gains. Now, in the case of Mana, we're still doing fine, but, just be a heads up, altcoins aren't performing as good as you would think. Sand, look at that. These are daily charts, by the way. Spell token, smaller market cap, don't have to worry about that. Sushi coming over here, right, coming down. This might be at a new low. Whoa, it broke the lows from December. So this is going back to the lows all the way back in here in June. And June was not a good time. So, depending on the token, we always talk about how some tokens don't survive the big downward markets and the bear market and stuff like that. Just be aware that not everything's going to survive here, and to adjust your portfolios if you guys want to in the long run. Looks like Sushi, whatever, this is not looking as good, but at least it's not as bad as November 2020. But I mean, November 2020 is not a level you want to be at. It used to be all the way up here at $22. Now it's at 90 cents. Just be aware of that. You still got the stuff like Pepe, this stuff, and this is a daily chart. It's been coming down slowly. I think it's down like 60% or something since the highs, 65, something like that, probably now. But this is something that people are going to be jumping on any day now, just because they feel like they need to. So if you're looking to do day trading with something more risky, this is probably going to be it, unless you want to do Matic or something of that case. But Bitcoin still hasn't broken down below that support. Maybe here for you guys, I could even draw the rectangle like this. Let's go over here. Something more like that for you, so you can see that, like that support, kind of, Let's drag this back just a little bit. That's the level you don't want Bitcoin to really break down below. If Bitcoin starts breaking down below that, then of course all of you guys are most likely going to be selling off any swing trades that you have. But the majority of you guys, if you are buying stuff, again, like the Matic or the Dogecoin or Bitcoin Cash, whatever it may be, for short-term swing trades, you're probably already sold out of all those here. And it all depends. Because I told you guys I was selling off a lot of my my swing trades back over here. Remember? I totally missed out on a lot of this rally. But the altcoins, like this is March, so let's just go over here to something like a Matic, okay? March and Matic was kind of a nice little high point to be selling off at. In hindsight now, I was actually pretty bummed. You guys know I was kind of bummed that I sold a lot of my stuff maybe a little bit too early. But not everything was kind of rallying up with Bitcoin. So, we're still not, I would say, in immediate danger. But if we start to see the stock market tip over, that's when you're going to really start to see that danger. For now, I would expect Bitcoin to slow it back down, maybe get a little bit more boring over the next few days. Hopefully it gets a little bit more boring. We might enter into this zone, and maybe that's exciting to you guys. Maybe it's still kind of boring to me. However, stay the course and stick to your day trading. If you guys are looking for another big pump to the upside, this is going to be your buying zone over the next few days, okay? Hopefully, since we do see the NASDAQ over here continuing to move sideways and hopefully kind of in this little sell zone, so to speak, we can always break out still, or we've already broken out technically. We can continue to move higher and try to go back up here towards 13,710. Maybe that gives us one more attempt to break out for Bitcoin. Same with the Dow Jones, kind of going more sideways here. Not as bullish, I would say, as, of course, the NASDAQ, because tech is being fueled by all this AI stuff. But the SPY, also still going sideways. Overall, still looking fine. Nothing about this is really screaming anything bad. You're just seeing the momentum really start to come down. That doesn't mean we're crashing. It just means we need to have some good news to pump us up, or else we're going down. But since we can't time divergences, I think we'll be okay for now. At least from my opinion. And if you do want to see something like this, hold on for a while. Technically, we do have until May if you want to extend this out. I don't think we'll be consolidating here in May. That we're either going to be already broken out, or we're going to be already down here to like $24,000, $23,000. But for now, let's go over here. Let's just kind of watch this play out. Hopefully, the support levels will hold. We definitely don't want to have to deal with another breakdown. I already saw everybody on Twitter freaking out, all the people on Pepe freaking out. I was like, that's why. Well, I know you guys watch other YouTubers, and I know other YouTubers have been talking about Pepe. I am pretty sure that the majority of YouTubers out there have said the same thing I have, as far as if you guys want to put money into something that's very high risk like Pepe, you have to be totally okay with it losing all of the money that goes in there without even batting an eye. So that's like if you want to, if you go to the casino and you have like $300, $400, $500 for the night, whatever it is, you know that if you lose all that money and that's your budget for the night, you're not going to bat an eye because you were entertained. Now, if you just bought Pepe and I guess it went down like fast and you weren't entertained, I guess that could be something. But you just have to remember that you shouldn't overexpose yourself to these tokens, unless you accept the risk that comes along with it. I guess you would say. I'm not the one. I'm not going to baby you guys as far as traders. You guys know what you can handle, what you can't handle. And more banks failing. Don't you think things will go up? Let me go over here. Banks, not bonks. There you go. Banks. Banks. Banks are tightening up their lending standards after rate hikes turmoil. I didn't hear anything about banks today, but I wasn't watching the news today, to be frank. You can see that I kind of moved my desk around. I was cleaning up everything here. I got to do a whole bunch of cleaning. My robot vacuum cleaner messed up a little bit, so I have to open it up and I think I just have to empty it out and fix a battery thing or something. I don't know. But I might have to buy a new robot battery, robot vacuum mop thing. But yeah, I was so busy, I was not really paying attention to too much news stuff today. SEC staff throws cold water on calls for ban on short selling of stocks. Oh, that's good. Let's see, bank. What was it, banks? I don't know. If there's any more bank news, let me know and I'll search it up for you guys. Let me get it there. And hey, Larry, I'm up 80% on my over-the-counter play. Being right all the time makes you feel like an oracle. What do you call that? That would that it does. That it does. Hello, Michael. How are you, sir? Let's go Heat. And hey, Tony. Hope you're doing well. Hopefully the Heat are doing very well. Now it's time to buy Pepe on the dump. If you want to buy Pepe, it's always nice to buy it on a dump. That is definitely the way. Even the stonks that fell like 50% today, it's still, if you want to buy it, it's still the best time to be buying on a dip. That is for sure. I don't know if the Heat are winning, but I hope they do pretty well. I know the Lakers, I think, are playing today because I just saw a video on YouTube, or it was shown to me. I didn't watch it, but Lakers versus Golden State happening tonight as well. So hopefully the teams that you want to win. Do I see Bitcoin hitting $25,000 soon? Not unless the stock market really decides to tip over here. We have been seeing a slowing down effect, and some of these earnings will definitely, today were not the best. However, at this point, the market is pricing in the fact that Jerome Powell is going to start to cut rates. As long as they feel like he's going to cut rates, the market doesn't necessarily have a reason to start tipping over unless economic data gets so bad that we have to see guidance getting slashed by corporations. I think the last company I saw today that slashed corporations was, I got an alert about it on my phone. I think it was one of my friends works there. Tyson Foods, that's what it was. It's actually on Finviz if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, there it was, TSN. Tyson Foods, they're getting squeezed by margins and stuff like that, so their guidance got cut, and this is the type of dip you're expecting. So you can see how this has been going down, down, and down, and down, and down, right? This is not a tech play. There's a lot of other stocks out there that are not tech plays. Huge double top, break down, retest it, come back down. Although that was a pretty strong retest. That kind of broke the retesting, if you ask me. But yeah, I break down here to $50. That we haven't seen these levels in how long for Tyson Foods? We haven't been this low since 2020 COVID. So, you know, I mean, and at least they're making money here and they pay a dividend, which is nice. But if you're getting paid in their stock, it's not going to be as much fun, that's for sure. Have they been selling off? Yeah, Miller Shane sold off some in December. Not too much. But yeah, I don't think that we're going to 25,000 anytime soon unless we really start to see a big dive in the stock market. Right now, the NASDAQ is kind of breaking out, not really robustly, but we are going up. Everything else is going sideways. Sideways is good for Bitcoin. Sideways is fine. What we saw with Bitcoin was basically everything slowing down, us holding a very weak support level here, which is just a few moving averages, and then us kind of reminding ourselves that, hey, when we do break down below these moving averages, it's usually not a really good time, and that's basically what we just saw over the last 24, 36 hours. Although it was about 24 hours after I thought it was going to happen, because it did happen the following candle, not the candle I was expecting it to happen. And hey, Alan, I'm happy to see you back, my man. And what about Newt? And dump into CP, lie, and then pump after light numbers? I mean, there's always a chance that some of these companies are being disingenuous, but I think they're all just pricing in no recession as they kind of give their guidance. I think they might be able to say they might be able to say they see headwinds, but since the job market has still been fine, no real crisis there, because people are still spending lots of money, even though they're adding to the balance of their credit cards, which is kind of crazy. You are still seeing that. How do I say this? That they have no real reason to try to say, hey, everything's gonna dry up. When it does start drying up, that's when everybody starts to freak out. I think I showed this to you guys Friday or Saturday. I think it was the consumer debt chart here. Lending tree, Federal Reserve. Well, here's one. This isn't the one we showed. Household debt to GDP for United States. This one's not doing too bad. Oh, this isn't even in 2023. Never mind. I don't know what the heck that is. Normally when we clicked on it before, you kind of see that it's purple, but we're not seeing that now. Is this one of it? This is something similar. This one only goes to quarter of 2022 though, which is weird. I don't know why they just can't give us the up to date. But you could already see in 2022 quarter the money was going up. It's a lot more now. So people are putting a lot more money on their credit cards. I don't know why. I'm probably not searching for the right thing. Credit card debt. There we go. Here we go. Credit card balances in the United States increased by 61 billion to 986 billion in quarter 4 of 2024. 2024. What? Okay, this must be a typo for their site. Surpassing the pre-pandemic high of 927 billion and after declining to 770 billion in quarter 1 of 2021. All right, but basically, debt's been going up. This is the last 10 years. 2014, COVID, it kind of went away again because government was giving free money. Why not pay off your debt like responsible human beings? And then now we're kind of going to some really crazy highs here. Last 25 years. Oh no, they haven't been recording this for too long. But they started back in 2004. It looks like maybe 2003. Debt is really high. I don't know how much of a balance you guys have on your credit cards. This is not total debt. This is just how much people have on credit cards. And people are putting a lot more money on their credit cards and they're not paying it off. That's the thing. The debt is adding and adding and adding. Usually when people can afford to pay it off, it goes back down. Usually some of these bumps may coincide with holidays or something like that, like Christmas, whatever, Thanksgiving, whatever. But we're not really, when's the last time you saw a dip over here? This was back in, let me see if I can go back over here, 10 years, 3 years. Last time we saw a dip was in January, February, maybe somewhere in there of 2022. Maybe this is a quarter chart. Looks like a quarterly chart. Or I don't even know how long this is. But yeah, It's been a while, and the debt keeps on going up and up and up and up and up. This is from January. You know, we need to have some better stuff going on for us. Let's see. Hello, Scratcher. Living with Lucy said she's still waiting to left the YouTube account suspended. She said YouTube laid off all these people. It takes forever to check her YouTube channel. Oh, I don't know if YouTube's been laying off people, but I know Google has been, and that might be, Google owns YouTube, I guess. But as far as Living with Lucy, I remember her channel got terminated. And trust me, I've been there before. You guys know that. I don't know. I don't know what her channel got accused of, because all I remember her channel doing was just her sitting on her bed and talking about cryptocurrencies. Maybe I don't know what she did. Hopefully she gets her channel back as long as she didn't break any rules. YouTube can take some time. I think it took me 2 weeks. But I was lucky enough to know people at YouTube that could really help me out. And just kind of explain what was going on here. And because I had all this stuff that I was able to prove to them by taking screenshots and stuff like that. Luckily, I was able to get my channel reinstated with a small apology from YouTube, which was fine. Mistakes happen. I was ticked off about the mistake. I still am ticked off about the mistake. But what am I gonna do? YouTube's done much more good for me than bad. So it's not like I can just be mad at them all the time. But I do hope she manages to get her channel back. Pepe went down 99% down. Wait for Pepe to go into 100%, 100 million market cap. Yeah, if people are hoping Pepe goes back down to 100 million, they're gonna have to wait some time for sure. If Bitcoin continues to plummet here, I guess like over the next couple of weeks, you can definitely see it come back down to maybe like the $300-400 million market cap. But you're gonna have to see some whales definitely sell off into Pepe if you want to see that happen. And hey, Tony, Palantir killed it today. Yes, it did. My Palantir did good today, but my Lucid Motors did not do good today. So it was a mixed bag for me. But I've been holding these things for a while, so I'm down on both of them regardless. I'm hoping they do well over time, but I'm not even going to touch them. I just hope they do well over the time. I'm just hoping they don't go bankrupt or anything like that during this recession. You don't like BRC20? It creates a new useless coin. Bitcoin fee will be getting worse again due to new type of meme coin during the bull run. Well, I don't like to use Bitcoin's transfer portal thing if I don't have to. I normally do, like, the only time I have to transfer in the Bitcoin network is when I'm transferring to some type of Bitcoin hard wallet or cold wallet. That's usually it. But the majority of the time, I will like to transfer in USDC or Tether or something like that. If you don't have to do that, I wouldn't. Most of the time, I think the majority of you guys like to do either the Tron network because it's always like $1 and it's fast and it's like really useful, or like Coinbase uses with the ERC, like the Ethereum 20. That's usually the standard I see out there. The Tron network is something that I really like a lot. So some exchanges have more expensive fees for withdrawing an ERC20. Some only have $5, some have $10, some have $30. I've seen some crazy ones in the height of the bull market where it's like, $30 to withdraw money out of your accounts. If you're on a swap or something like that. But if you don't want to transfer using ERC, you could always transfer using the Tron network to your BitGet account or your Fairdesk account, whatever, and then transfer it on ERC20 that if, wherever the cheapest fee is, and you could save yourself a lot of money like that. But usually Bitcoin is not the one I'm going to be using here. And, BRC, nope. I never got into that one. Then if it's not the Bitcoin network, I don't know what it is. I'm not up to date on all this new stuff. But as long as the fees stay low, I'll keep on using it. But if the fees go up for whatever reason, that'll suck. But again, the fees go up all the time during a bull market when we have all this increased activity. I don't remember the gas fees got up to like $170 or something like that. It was absolutely ludicrous. If the gas fees ever get up that high, you just don't trade. You don't do anything. You just kind of wait or you stick with your exchange. As far as swapping and moving stuff like that, don't even bother when the fees are that high. You got to wait for fees to really cool off, and that can take quite a bit of time. And what's right here? Living Lucy got Spinner Watch talking about Twitter Blue. Twitter Blue? Oh, I don't know. I don't know much about Twitter Blue. I think I have Twitter Blue, but I haven't seen it actually affect the amount of impressions I've gotten on Twitter. I haven't checked it though, so don't hold me to that. Maybe I should start tweeting more, but normally I just want to tweet about stuff going on in the market, or I just want to tweet about stuff on the YouTube channel. I don't really tweet too much about my life. Twitter can get very toxic very fast, and I can be very toxic sometimes, especially if somebody's saying something like that, trying to egg me on. I can say something very toxic. Toxic, I think that's the word for it. But, you know, I'd be laughing, but they might be crying. So you don't want to hurt anybody's feelings in today's society. All right. Let's get a Tyson Food and Oxy. Go back over here. But just give you guys an update. You know, again, last 24 hours, it's been but not terrible. You know, you see XRP's down 5% about, Dogecoin's down about 5%, Bitcoin's down about 3%, and Ethereum's down about 1.5%. We're going to survive this, guys. The big thing is what happens next as we kind of hit these support levels. Most altcoins have already been breaking down below those support levels, but Bitcoin has not. So if you guys are like me that have the majority of your holdings in some of these larger altcoins, you're still very happy as far as your dollar cost averaging is going. You just want to make sure that you guys understand that, hey, the market is kind of tipping over a little bit here. We've had a really good time over the past few months of Bitcoin going up and up and up and up and up and up. Now we might see Bitcoin pull back just a little bit in order to give new people an opportunity to buy, and the people that bought a while ago an opportunity to sell off and, you know, take some of those profits and pay their bills, pay their credit card bills, apparently, right? So, you know, I'm not too concerned about here, but if you guys have any more questions, let me know. Toxic or edgy? It can be both. It can be both. When it comes to Twitter, like, I normally don't talk to people too much. I'm just kind of like, I'm always like, what the heck is going on with you? But I don't tweet to people too much. I really don't tweet to people much anymore. You know, I always assume I'd be on Twitter how I am in real life. So, like, if I'm getting along with you and everything's fine, it's chill. If you're annoying me, I just tend to walk away. But if you're just being like an asshole, I have no qualms about sinking down to your level. I just never had the ability to, like, say, you know, if I can't walk away. Normally I just walk away. But if they're egging me on, I'll you know, what do you call? I'll point out their biggest flaw or something like that, and I'll make them understand it in a way that's probably slightly humiliating, but at the same time reminds them that they had a chance to just let me wander away, but they decided to try to make it something larger. And that's usually what happens, and, you know, it works quite effectively. But I don't go out as much anymore, so, you know, I don't really notice it. Like, the last time I talked to a significant amount of people that wasn't on a computer, like through Discord friendships or, you know, friends calling on the phone, talking about stuff, I was at the meat shop, ordering some country style ribs, some chorizo for my mother, some double smoked sausages for my sister, and some chicken and other stuff, I guess. And I was just talking to a whole bunch of people from the country, you know, the people that, you know, live on farms and ranches out in the woods and stuff like that. And we were all having a good time talking about our favorite meats, how we hated rattlesnake meat, how we tried the ostrich meat, you know, just chilling and vibing. That's how I'm usually am. I'm just chilling and vibing. Some people don't like to chill. Some people don't like to vibe. It's usually when I go into the city and I'm going to some type of event or party around cryptocurrencies or NFTs or finance, fintech. You know, people like to be weird about stuff, and I'm like, Like, even when I was in Vegas, I don't think I had any bad talks with people the entire time I was there, and I was there like for like a whole 4 or 5 days. You know how hard it is to not have an argument with somebody in Vegas because everybody's there to jam and have a good time. Usually, when I go there though, somebody like will always try to start something. You know, it's because they're drunk, all right? It's not necessarily they're a bad person; it's just they're drunk. But this time, you know what? I didn't gamble at all when I went to Vegas. I hardly drank. It was mostly just hanging out with a friend, and my friend doesn't drink, so I didn't, like, you know, drink too much in front of him. I maybe had a few glasses of scotch, you know. And plus, when each glass of scotch is $35, you typically don't want to buy a whole bunch of them right there, right? You think Doge on Mars is the next meme coin getting listed on Binance? If Floki and Pepe get listed on Binance, why not Doge on Mars? I mean, I think there's an opportunity for it for sure. I think it would probably need more hype in order for that to occur, though. Pepe token coin has just been getting a lot of hype. I've seen it all over Twitter. Usually the reason people do this is because they want to, it's like a marketing ploy at the same time. If you guys remember when Dogecoin blew up, they started adding it on everywhere. The only, Webull didn't have Dogecoin when it first came out. Robinhood had it on there. A lot of other exchanges were adding Dogecoin just so they could say, wow, we have Dogecoin. You can trade it on our platform. That's the reason. So when it comes to Pepe, they want you to trade Pepe token on their platform and try to make some money, have some fun, and do things like that. I traded Pepe token, I think, I traded 1,000 Pepe. I don't even know what 1,000 Pepe is, but I traded 1,000 Pepe on Fairdesk. I have no idea what the token was, but it was following the price action, basically, of Pepe token, and I shorted it down, and I made like 400% back on my money by shorting it. So with a nice little stop loss there, and price target. You just have to understand, it's all marketing. Most of this stuff is marketing. That's how these exchanges make money. Remember, most crypto YouTubers are sponsored by exchanges. I'm sponsored by Fairdesk. Tom's sponsored by Fairdesk. I think Wendy's sponsored by Fairdesk. BitBoy, I think, is sponsored by BitGet, I think, right now. They all want people to come check out their platform and see if it's a good fit for them. And they want to be able to kind of announce, like, hey, everybody, check out this platform, see if it's what you like. If you like it, to put your money here and then trade on our platform. Because all of these platforms, even Fairdesk, even BitGet, Femex, Binance, KuCoin, all of them, they make money off of you trading futures. Not necessarily trading spot or anything like that, the earning programs. No. They make money because they want you to trade futures, and they want us to try to give you the best advice we can, for the most part, to get you guys to trade and therefore make them money and hopefully you money. The problem is, because this is trading, the majority of people that go and just try to trade cryptocurrencies are not qualified to go trade cryptocurrencies, which is why people like me exist to try to kind of teach you guys the basics to kind of get yourself off the ground and not just blow up your account in a few months, which a lot of people do, if you guys haven't noticed. But exchanges just don't look for people like me who are the educational types. They go for people like Tom, who's a great entertainer and educational guy. They go for people like BitGore, who's maybe not the best educational guy, but he's a very good entertaining type of guy. You have Final Stand. I don't think he gets published. I don't think he has enough views to be published by an exchange anymore. But they try to reach out and figure out what we know about people that, how to give them better opportunities to trade, stuff like that. And they'll help us do contests and things of that nature. Like right now, Fairdesk is gonna run a contest for you guys. If you guys deposit $200 and follow me through copy trading, on the copy trading account, you guys can get paid, I think, $50 or something like that. So, they'll do everything they can to try to get you guys on the exchange and see that if you like it. They want you to like it, which is why they try to match the system. If you go to the majority of crypto exchanges, they usually all have pretty similar things. Some things have more built out features, like, Binance and KuCoin have so many products, like it's kind of overwhelming sometimes. But at the same time, if you want one of those products, you're not going to be going to a BitGet or a Fairdesk. You may be going to a Binance to get all that stuff, or a Binance US, excuse me. Oh man, being sick sucks, but I'm almost done being sick. Did I make money on Pepe coin? Yeah. So I made like $300 longing it a while ago. It could have been like $2,000 or something like that, but as normal, as usual, I sold it too early. It is what it is. But I made a few $100 shorting it. It was nice. I don't know if I have it here. Get my phone out. Watcher Guru just said, Sam Bankman-Fried asked judge to dismiss all criminal charges against him in FTX fraud, citing not guilty. Wow, that's a joke. Let me go over here to Fairdesk. Let me see. I don't know if it tells you the percentage of the profit, though. So, history. Yeah, so it was 1,000 Pepe USD, cross 25 short, and it netted 229%. there was a Bitcoin short cross 50x that I did that gave me 54.66 profit. And then there was a SUI USDT, so SUI, I guess, short 20x cross. That only netted me 4.2%. What else is there? The 1,000 Pepe USD. There was a long that netted me 9%, 8%, 3%, down 27%, down 7%, up 4%, up 6%, up 14%, down 4%, up 1%, and down 9%. So not all my trades are some glorious thing. The big thing is that you just kind of grow your account, I would say. But yeah, shorting has maybe the most amount of money when it comes to Pepe, but you got to be so careful when you short this sucker, because if you want to short something like Pepe token, so to speak, this is how you would have to do it. And it wouldn't be now after it's already dropped down a whole bunch, but like this is how it would be. So let's say right now, just for argument's sake, you want to short it at this point in time, hoping that it'll fall back down here to whatever this level is, some low level. There's too many zeros for me to read that out. Well, you would place a short sell, right, a short order, and then you would have to have your stop loss. But that stop loss right there, you need to have that stop loss before you even like leave your computer. Preferably, no, you just want to have that stop loss just there, as like a few seconds after you place the order. You don't want to have to worry about it, because if this thing spikes, you want to know that you got out at a good point. Because if this thing were to go up, let's say, what was the leverage I had for that Pepe token? Yeah, so I was trading Pepe at a 25x leverage, okay? This, or the 100,000 Pepe, whatever it was. So if it pumps up right here, and it pops up all of a sudden, it hits this level of resistance over here, that's a 9% jump. You know what that is? You know, me being horrible at math, of course, but 9 times, what is that? 25. That's a 225% loss just like that. So you don't want that to happen to you, especially if you're trading with larger quantities of money. That can be pretty devastating for your portfolio. Especially with me, I was doing a cross trade because I didn't want to be liquidated out there with something as volatile as Pepe. So, trade as much as you want to, have fun with it, but you better have a stop loss with this sucker. And then it allows you just to leave. Like there was a trade I made like $500 on Bitcoin. And I placed the trade before I went to bed, but I had a take profit price and I had a stop loss price. So one of those two things was going to hit in the morning. I was either going to lose the trade or I was going to win the trade, so to speak. I ended up winning the trade for like a few $100, but that's because I thought the technical analysis was telling me this, so I took the opportunity. The risk was there, yada yada yada. But there was still a chance that it wouldn't have worked if a whale came in here, pumped it up. There's all these type of things that happen that kind of push the crypto market back up. And that stop loss could have hit. There's been many times where I've woken up and I realized, I lost a few $100. I'm just like, oh well, there's always next time, because I knew the stop loss hit. It wasn't it wasn't in the world, but it always feels good when you wake up and you're like, I start off the day with an extra $500, a few $100, $200, $100, whatever it ends up being. You kind of start off your day with just a little bit more money. Makes you feel good. And hey, Bideford, finally on for a couple minutes. Hey, hope you're doing well. I didn't hear much news about what was going on with all the Bitcoin getting removed off of Binance. It seems like it kind of all got fixed up. Yeah. So this is the only thing I saw, but it really didn't enlighten me more than what you told me on Discord. Bitcoin slides after network congestion leads Binance to briefly halt withdrawals. Bitcoin failed to start the week, extending losses from a sharp drop over the weekend, following reports by one of the biggest crypto exchanges in the world about congestion on the Bitcoin network. The price of Bitcoin was lowered by 5.3% at $27,420. According to Coin Metrics, it has fallen 7% since Saturday. Ether fell 4.3% on Monday to 1,833. All right. And it just kind of talked about the issues, long known setback, parabolic spike. Yeah. So I haven't really heard much news about it, to be frank, but I hope we can kind of hear more about what was actually happening from maybe like a detailed level of, a detailed accounting, so to speak. Let's see. Is my stream still working? Okay, sorry. It said that my chat was disconnected, but it seems like it got reconnected right here. But yeah. So overall, guys, we're still in a good spot. Nothing too crazy here. The one thing I do want to remind you guys of, if you guys do want to buy altcoins based off of where Bitcoin is, let's kind of back up here to this weekly chart. Let's get rid of the breakdown that we just saw right there, because we already had that breakdown. We're kind of at this holding pattern here on the weekly charts. Normally, you know, we kind of look at this 200 daily moving average, weekly moving average. You know, we haven't had to deal with it for a while. We dealt with it there with a big crash. I think Celsius or something was crashing. Something bad. No, nothing bad happened here. Just kind of broke down below it. You know, we haven't had to deal with it for a while. We haven't had to deal with any of these weekly moving averages. We might have to 3 to 4 weeks from now, unless Bitcoin really starts to take a dive. But you can see this is a pretty gradual move over here. It hasn't been moving too crazy. If I actually go over here and maybe let's offset this a little bit. You want to offset it? No. I want to done day 5. There's a way to do this, and I totally forgot which way it was. No, I'm already drawing a blank because I did a tutorial on this for you guys, of course. But basically, what do you call? We're going to have to start dealing with some of these levels of support. We are going to be looking at a golden cross happening sometime at the end of the month. That could be interesting as well. We still have an opportunity to have another pump here, guys. It's just, when you look at it, kind of zoomed out like this. What are we at? 27,661. We've been at this exact number for the last 1, 2, 3 weeks. We've been at this number. Now, if you want to skip that week right here, you know, for the last few months, we've kind of been around this zone. It's just kind of how we've gotten there that kind of freaks everybody out. But guys, we're still kind of where we were just, what is this, back in March. So we haven't been seeing the growth. We've been seeing some more choppier weather. But, you know, if you want to think about choppy weather like this, it's just kind of a consolidation zone. Now, we have to see if we break out of this consolidation zone, that's for sure. But hopefully we can all make a little bit more money here. And hey, Budford, yeah, I was hoping to learn more about it, but I'm sure we'll learn more as time goes on. I was hoping that the Twitter could help me a little bit, but I haven't been hearing much. Stonks, oops, ooh, I kicked my camera up a little bit here. But Stonks is up like, what, 22% after it fell 50% yesterday? Oh, and you can see this, like, so there are all types of crazy stuff going on right now. Like from the low over here, oh, it doesn't tell me. It just doesn't tell me because I think it's just the numbers are too small or something. I think that's what it is. That has to be. Maybe some really ugly head and shoulder in the breakout. I guess that could be what's happening. 4-hour chart, yeah. But you're seeing a lot of tokens right now just hit some of those bottom levels. So like this spell token. Let's go to the daily chart, right? You're just seeing a lot of stuff break down. It's fine. I am much more concerned about altcoins than I am Bitcoin and Ethereum. I think if you get anything from the stream, it's really just to watch out for the altcoins. Bitcoin, sure, it can come down, we'll be fine. Altcoins are always a little bit more susceptible to some of these larger moves. But Bitcoin is close to the highs for the year. Most altcoins are not anywhere close to the highs for the year. Remember, this is Bitcoin. What did we talk about before? Ethereum, good for the highs of the year. You see ADA, not even close to the highs of the year. Dogecoin, not even close to the highs of the year. Apecoin, not even close to the highs of the year, which are all the way over here. Way over here. It's less like half the value since the highs of the year. But I think we are. Oh, this might be. Wait, let's go over here to crypto. Ape. And the computer number is Ape. Oh, there it is. Yeah, Ape is down 13% for the year. So, you know, GRT, that's up 100% for the year. Stacks up 237% for the year. So there are still things losing money here. So just make sure you guys understand, if we do go into this recession type thing, you are going to notice that some of the altcoins that you've been buying, they're going to have some really bad results. And I might say the ape coin might be worse off. It might not even be on the top 100 page next year based on how everything is going right now. But I think that's just because of the ape NFTs also not doing a good job. Sorry, Loki's resting his head on my leg because he wants to have pets. Here, Loki, you want to say hi to everybody? Loki, come here. Yeah, come here. There you go. Oh, you guys can see him a little bit more because I have my camera. Yeah. He had some old style country ribs today. He was having a blast out by me on the grill. It was a nice day outside today, so I was like, why not just make lunch? A little barbecue. But he's having a good time. Algorand's down 7%. I mean, you see, most stuff is green. That's great. But you see, Bitcoin SV. Bitcoin SV is probably not going to be the next one top 100 list next year. BitTorrent, that one's moving down. They killed themselves. I loved BitTorrent before they started doing that crap of messing with the amount of tokens they had. Zcash is going down right there, 11%. Terra Classic, okay, that's down 43%, but there's something completely different. And then we go back over here, look at the watch list. This is some of the watch list stuff that I like to play with, and some of the stuff I like to buy long term. Huobi token is down 43%. Nexo's up like break even basically. Phantom's up 82. Let's go to top. Baby Dogecoin's up a little bit. Ocean Protocol, UMA doing well, but losers. Hibs down 76. Xeon 73. Starlink 55. This is something I'm longing here. It's a YOLO play, I guess you could call it, right? But it's just because the market cap is so small. Some of these small market cap plays, let's hope they can survive. If they can survive this bear market, they'll be fine. But if they can't, but definitely a lot of stuff out here in the smaller market caps place that you guys should just be aware of, which is why some of these smaller market caps are so risky. All right, and hey, Little Cola, can I do a little TA on LAZR? Was looking at a gap fill from 724 to 771 the daily chart because they're playing earnings tomorrow afternoon. All right, so let's go over here. Are you going to play options or are you just going to do hold shares? Let me know that too. All right, Luminar Technologies, 644. Let's go over here to the 4 hour to see if there's any after hours action going on. Not too much here, kind of more stacking. That's good to see. All right, and we got earnings tomorrow. I'm guessing these are after hours. There you go. Options, okay. And so earnings are May 9th after market close. Okay, that's good to know. I was hoping, I was making sure it wasn't tomorrow morning. I was like, I don't know what my technical analysis is going to help you there. So you're not going to be buying in pre-market or after hours. Okay. So right now you did have a short breakout here. That is nice to see. Higher lows are there. That's fine. I've got some higher lows to worry about though, so that's actually more important, I would say, than that. You might want to buy some puts when this eventually does break down, whenever it does break down. But nothing from a top down, so no real big trend lines coming back down. Might have had something subtle coming from there, but that already broke out a couple days ago. And that would have been a hard one to guess. Something like that. Yeah. Kind of broke out today, I guess. Alright, no moving averages here, that's fine. Bring up the MACD again one more time. Yeah, that crossover happened right there on the daily chart. And it took a little bit of time to pay off, though. That was not a fun one to look at. I guess that's why the divergences are poking right there for this one. Okay. Let's get rid of all the other stuff for now. Watch out for some of those breakdowns in the future because they most likely will happen. And you said you're looking for the gap to 724. Okay, that's right there. And okay. Gap 720, 770. Instead of doing that, let's just draw the rectangle here. Okay. So they don't usually make money, but maybe the earnings aren't going to be as bad, I'm guessing. Net income, yeah, negative. Nobody's been selling anything. They've just been getting options. So that's good. A lot of buying going on. This guy is buying up a bunch. Who is Russell Austin? Usually they're, it's usually they're selling everything off. $9, $9. Okay. Over here. Are there cars already at market? Oh, it's their technology. They're not actually making cars. Okay. Okay, so they're the safety people. Okay. Okay. If you want to play this in the earnings, I'd probably say you'd want to just get the... You might even want to get in the money calls for this one, which may sound kind of weird. But if they have 650 calls or $7 calls, those are probably what you want to see. So let's go over here to Livestream. Because right now I'm looking at this and we're already at 648. Oh, excuse me, yeah, 649. If they got 650 calls, I would try to buy those. Otherwise, you can try to go up to maybe $7 calls. I don't know if they have the 650 calls though. So how many people are going to be buying options on this? Nobody buying options on this. There was a dark pool trade happening today, but historical flow, that's from okay. This is everything from last Monday to today, and nothing was bought today, it looks like. The last one was bought 5/3, which was last week. This expires 5/12. It's a $6 call, so they're already making money off of this one right now. Somebody was playing smart here, but most people, they were all buying puts, so all these puts are pretty much worthless. The one person that bought a call is doing okay. So I see a 550, so that probably is a 650 call. I would get that one as a YOLO going into earnings because it's already going to be pretty expensive. I'm looking at this though, but you can't see this on the right hand side of my screen maybe. But the implied volatility here looks like it's like 140%, 106%. Be careful as you kind of look at this because or buy into this. You're going to really need it to jump high, filling that gap all the way before you really start to see some really significant profit. A lot of times, even if the earnings are good, you may actually still have a loss on the options play. So just be careful with it. The guy that bought these calls, though, just so you have an idea of how much money you can make from a percentage standpoint. So they bought this at 52 cents a share, or 52 cents for a call. Now it's at 72 cents. And it had a pretty good day, and it still, you see, it didn't really rise as much as you would think. But overall, it had a good day, 52 to 72. That's still pretty good profits if you ask me. So yeah, I think it's looking fine for now. They did hold it for a while, so that 52 did come all the way back down here to 33 before eventually moving up there. So hopefully they managed to hold on to that bad boy. The puts though, going back over here very fast. Oh, that really took me all the way back. Let's go back over here. Historical flow. What's going on here? Oh, buy flow. No. Oh, I actually have something else here. Oh, calls only. There we go. Yeah. The highest premium. Oh, okay, so okay, never mind. Yeah, they bought it at 30 cents and now it's at like 12 cents. So this is going to be a big YOLO play that could make you some good money there. I would say probably go for the 650 strike price. That way it could be in the money and you'll make the profit a lot more quickly. You won't have to really wait for that for your strike price to go in the money. And that way you just won't have to worry too much about the profit coming to you. It will be a little bit more expensive and it is a little bit more of a gamble. If you don't want to take the extra gamble, I would say for it to be more expensive, you can always just go for the $7 strike price. But for me, 650 seems like a really good spot because it could easily go in the money. Then you could be a lot safer, and you could even exercise those options if you needed to get out of it fast, if you didn't want to just sell it. But really, if you just want earnings to really pump you up, you might find some resistance, heavy resistance kind of in here, though, between the 50 and the 200. After that, you should be cleared to fill that gap. But it's, then you might actually just want to buy puts after that, to be frank. There we go. Heat went up 3-1 in the series. Ooh, there you go. And hey, Magic Man, happy to see you back, man. Anyone have input on First Republic failing and JP Morgan Chase buying their assets for thrift prices? You mean like cheap prices? I mean, as far as their bank is concerned, it's gone. It's no more. How do I explain this in a nice way? A lot of banks have unrealized losses right now because of what's been going on in the interest rate markets. There's no way around that, unfortunately. But the federal government, or the Fed, I guess you could say, has been trying to give them lots of money to kind of figure stuff out. But not all the banks can figure it out, I guess you could say. They can kind of use that money for certain things, but not others. And I think that's the problem right now. We did see that the Federal Reserve's balance sheet spiked up because of all the money they were just unleashing into the economy. However, to be frank, the Fed doesn't see this stuff as necessarily the worst thing in the world. They kind of like some of the panic in here. Now, let me be clear. They do not want to see banks failing. However, they understand that because banks are failing, that does help battle inflation. Because the big consequence of all this, besides the banks closing, because the depositors' money is still safe. The investors, they're not safe, but the depositors, they're fine. The big thing that's happening right now are banks are not loaning out as much money. They're making it much more difficult to get that money, which means less stuff being bought, less houses being bought, which means everything's more expensive. Right? So that means inflation in theory should be going down because there's less demand. Remember, all the stuff with inflation is just pretty much an imbalance of supply and demand. There's still a high demand for a lot of shit out there, a lot of crap out there, and the supply has been pretty steady because people don't want to build more, buy more, import more, because they're afraid the market's going to go down. They're afraid the economy is going to go down, so why buy all this stuff up now if we're going to be stuck with it during a recession? That's right now. Before it was because the supply chain issues were horrible. What's that guy's name? Pete Buttigieg. Remember, this guy's a mayor. He has no idea how to run transportation. This is like the bad side of American politics. He has no idea what he's doing. And I don't remember if you guys remember all those pictures of all the ships just kind of sitting along. We had the East Palestine fiasco where he didn't even want to show up to. Did Joe Biden ever even show up to East Palestine? I'm not even sure if he did. But as a transportation secretary, Pete Buttigieg has just been the worst guy ever for that position. Horrible, horrible, horrible. I think Elaine Chao was the last one. I think that was like McConnell's wife or something like that. That was probably something he got from supporting Trump or something like that. But I think she was fine. I think I don't remember any catastrophes happening, but maybe there was one or two. It's really like how bad the system is when you're in office and how you can actually fix it. But to me, it seems that really the fact that credit's going to be much harder to attain, that's going to really hurt the economy, so to speak. It's going to take some time for that to really sink through, though. And hey, Nico, happy to see you, my man. ADA versus Sheeb. I would choose ADA over Sheeb, but during the bottom of the market, when everything's kind of falling off a cliff and we see the recession kind of like right there in our smack dab in our faces, I'd probably be buying up a little bit more Sheeb than ADA because I expect Sheeb to have a really nice pop. So it depends on what you're looking for there, but long term probably ADA. I like the fact that ADA doesn't have so many zeros, to be frank with you. Yeah, no worries, Leader Cola. See if you can find those 650 options, but there hasn't been too many hedge funds buying in on this one. They're probably going to be it's unpredictable, which is probably why they're not doing it so much. However, you understand it's a high risk play. Just take care not to over over leverage yourself or over invest into it. But you already don't know all that type of stuff. You've been here for a while. I got in the, near the top. SMH, this happens to me all the time. Can never time it right. What do you call? Oh, you're talking about Pepe coin? Should have just accept the L and move on, or do you guys think Pepe can come back? I mean, it might have another pump here, that's for sure. You just got to be careful with it, my man. You got to be very, very careful. When you invest money into something, I usually will say don't invest it into something that's very high risk like that. My philosophy here is this, and I explained this a little bit earlier in the stream. If you want to go into a high risk token like that, that's very, very volatile all over the place, this is usually what I would say. Only put in the amount of money that you're 100% okay with losing. And by that, I mean, if you put in $500 and it disappears overnight, are you going to be okay with that and just say, okay, well, I lost $500, I can live with that? If you cannot live with that, then you can feel okay putting 500 up to 1,000, 10,000, 20,000. I know people that put lose like $50,000 in altcoin when it just it falls to the earth. And so what I would say right now is there's tons of different ways you can plan this out. Next time I would say make sure to have a stop loss so you're protected. A stop loss is going to be huge for helping you stay in the market for a longer period of time. Now, if you do end up selling this, and that's totally your choice, you have a few different ways of trying to make your money back at this point. Simple ways are usually just holding for a long time. You can try to do some day trades here. You would probably want to stay away from some of these tokens as they kind of go all over the place. So just be very, very careful there. If you're still holding Pepe right now, which it sounds like you are, I would have a stop loss in place so you know that, hey, this is what I'm not going to lose. I'm okay with losing 12,000, 13,000, 14, but if it drops to 15,000, that's the maximum amount I'm willing to lose. Stuff like that is going to help you out a lot in the future, but you need to have a stop loss place on that right now just to protect yourself. So you don't lose it all in case Pepe falls like 80%, 90%. But if Pepe has another 40% down day or 30% down day, that'd feel pretty bad. But if you're okay with that, you can also just keep on holding and hoping for another rally to come in here. That could always happen, right? Another way, so you can just try to do some day trading with it if you're experienced enough. I have a copy trader account if you want to follow me on Fairdesk. I don't know what's the amount been though. I don't know how much people have made following me over the past 7 days. It goes off for the last 7 days. Buy crypto copy trade. So you can follow copy traders. This is premium. There you go. And I might have broke it. Oh, there it goes. And you can kind of see right here. Trade King, his followers have made some. He hasn't made as much money. He had a really bad few trades, it looks like a few days ago, but what do you call it? His followers are making money. Sagar's a good one right here. He has a 97% accuracy rating in the last 7 days. 100% last 7 days for Crypto Mason. Be careful of this guy though. His people have not done well over the past few days. I forgot what it was, but I think it was last week. His people lost like $50,000 in total. It was $75,000. It was a really bad amount. So be careful with this. Expert student class, 90% not bad here. Hamden Hill, this guy's followers haven't been making much money. Apparently, it looks like he lost some money on copy trading. I have only made $37 in the last few days. But my followers have made $743. I'm gaining followers, which is pretty nice. But if you want to follow me and do my trades, you can. But you can try. Basically, you can try copy trading here. If you do copy trading, don't just do copy trading. Watch your tutorial video. I have a couple of there's other people out there that have copy trading videos, but don't just hop into copy trading. You got to set up your account in a certain way so you don't get overwhelmed by what's going to happen in it. Because copy trading is not the same as people think it is, and that's why I have my tutorials on it. But there's copy trading. You can just trade futures and stuff like that here and have some fun with it, or long-term investing. Heck, you could even do a what do you call that stuff, guys? I'm drawing a blank right now, but what's it called? treasuries. I don't know why I was forgetting treasuries of all things, but treasuries. Um, and hey, Magic Man, what about Bollinger Bands in particular? I think I have a tutorial on Bollinger Bands on my channel too. I could always make another one for you guys as well. But what about Bollinger Bands? Whether you're talking about, like, are we squeezing right now or kind of in a? Oh no, we're not squeezing right now. Bitcoin just crashed. Never mind. But yeah, let me know what you want to talk about as far as Bollinger Bands. Biden is too busy interviewing Budweiser girl guy, whatever. What do you call? I don't. Budweiser has the worst marketing. That lady was the worst at marketing I've ever seen. I've done marketing for corporations before, and I've been a director of marketing, digital marketing, so not necessarily giving out free shit. But man, you got to understand the culture of your company before you start talking shit about your consumers. It's just a huge blunder. Let's see. Mike throwing it down. Thanks, Mike. Yeah, what do you call it? It's you just need to have you've made a mistake, you've learned from the mistake, you can easily move on. You know, it's you just got to understand what the mistake was, and you know, you just put too much money into it. You always hope it can work out, but often it doesn't. Especially when the entire market is hyping it up. Right now, Pepe is down about, what, 4% it looks like? It may move up a little bit more, but at this point, you just got to have a stop loss and just prepare yourself for it to hit the stop loss, or maybe it can rally back up. But if you have that stop loss, you just have to understand whenever it hits the stop loss, your position will close. You will have confirmed the loss. You can claim it on taxes next year, which will be perfectly fine for you. I don't know about the taxes are a little bit different now depending on where you're at, but basically, you know, you just want to hold on for a little bit and see what can happen. Or have that stop loss there. That stop loss would either be at whatever price this is right here, which is 178568. I'm not going to skip all those zeros, or it would be down here. I mean, I would probably have it here because you can see how volatile everything gets. You're looking pretty close for a golden cross here on the 15-minute chart. Maybe we can pop up a little bit more. Almost see this breakout that could be incoming. Maybe. But right now it seems to be getting hit a little bit, just short term. 4-hour chart. You're about to have a death cross here, which isn't going to be very fun. Maybe it can have a pump up in the next few hours. That'd be nice. But as soon as that death cross happens, you're probably going to see this thing come all the way back down another 20-30%. So, Sorry, guys. I keep on looking this way because I'm used to having my camera kind of in the middle of my two monitors, but now that my camera's here, I have to get used to it. And there's like a light right above the camera, so I kind of am blinding myself, but I can live with that. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it is what it is, man. You'll be fine in the long term. You just got to make sure you have a plan, a better plan next time, and don't invest as much. What I would say is many accounts, many exchanges, they have something called paper trading. And so where you can have a fake account with fake money and you can practice trading spot and stuff like that with the fake money. And then you can kind of see how it all works out. Usually that's a great way to kind of get into these things, to kind of feel things out. I would have something like that just to kind of practice a little bit more, because something like that, it can be very, very difficult to make money on a high risk token. Everybody's acting like it's very, very easy, but it's not. Like, I think if we go over here to Twitter very fast, Twitter, Pepe, claim your poo, Pepe, panic sold, Riptol panic sellers, good sign of this 4-hour close is green. You know, people are expecting it to go up right there. You know, people were saying the same thing right here, right? So, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Let me see this guy. People drawing bulls. You know, just be careful with it. Hopefully it ends up working out for you. Pepe has an airdrop for the community. Check how much you're eligible to claim. I'm assuming this is a spam, so let's just go over here very fast. Claim now. Yeah, connect your wallet. I'm not collecting my wallet. Master Pepe at pepe.vip. No. I don't know if this is the real Pepe website. I really don't. But I will never like just connect my wallet to a random site. Oh, this is basketball stuff. Oh, did I actually click on something? So let's go back over here. Next. Okay, but whatever. Just be careful. There's gonna be people telling you to hold. You can hold. Don't get me wrong. Or if you want to, you can always sell half of it, or you can sell a quarter of it if you just want to have some in there, or you could sell 75% of it, and still have 25% in there and just kind of see what happens with it. A lot of people will choose to do that. But again, it's all up to you. The guy got lucky, $250 to $30 million in the peak on Pepe coin. He cashed out. Oh yeah, that's really smart. That's what people do. They cash out when not the top, but when they feel like they made enough money. Let's see. Pepe already down to 56%, 40% to go. Pepe is buying opportunities for a couple bucks. Yeah, what do you call it is what it is as far as Pepe is concerned, guys. It's a high risk token. We've talked about it at length that it is a high risk token. But if you guys want to have fun with it, go have fun with it. Just don't toss in the mortgage, so to speak, right? And hey, Wilder Studios and Productions. Yeah, I changed the setup. I don't even have my green screen. My green screen is like right behind me, like this way. Excuse me. Oh man, I'm burping up ribs. Charcoal flavor. What was it? Oh yeah, so I normally had my back against the wall, but it was kind of getting so stuffy over there. And, it was just really annoying me, that green screen, because I have a very heavy, I got like a premium green screen curtain for it that kind of weighs too much for the stand. And I think I have a smaller green screen over there too. I just don't think it's long enough for me, but maybe with this setup it will. But I want to start doing some videos where I can talk like this to you guys. And it's much easier for me to do those videos without a green screen. I don't mind you guys seeing the TV. You guys have seen the TV for freaking years now. Or maybe a year. Yeah, years now. And before that, there was the waterfront view I showed you guys when I was streaming. So I'm going to start doing some videos and recordings where I'm talking to you guys like this. And, yada, 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 yada. And it's much easier for me just to kind of record like this, where I have more room for my camera. I have my studio lights right here. I have my monitors right here. I have my microphone right here. And I got my nice microphone so you guys can see everything about it. I don't know exactly how I'm going to be using this microphone in the future because, oh geez, I got certain things set up on this thing. If I do this, I might have to over tighten this thing. Hold on. Yeah, I definitely over tightened this because it was very annoying to me. But I am still doing it, I guess. But yeah, let's not break that. Loki says hello. Hello. He smells the charcoal on my breath. Oh no, maybe my breath smells really bad. No, I've been drinking water. What did I have? Tylenol? No. Oh, I had a pina colada drink. That's what I had. I don't know if he likes pina colada or not. But yeah, I do enjoy the new setup. Sorry, Loki's like really bugging me. He's like, we need to go play. We need to go play. Okay, here. I don't have a toy for you. But we were outside for 2 hours today. This guy. Rawr. Rawr. It's like a worm. That's when I'd really try to engage with him. Oh no, his head's on my leg. Now he's pouting because he wants to go outside and play. But yeah, I will be doing more recordings and videos like this. My first recording video didn't do too well. It was the one about the top ETFs I'm going to be buying during the recession. I don't think it got many views at all. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to do more of like a Stephen Graham or a Meet Kevin video. And I'm going to see how that one does. But I know that YouTube pushes it out to your subscribers first. And most of you subscribers don't actually get notified when I put out these videos. And then on top of that, most of you guys are usually here, my subscribers, to watch me stream or to watch my lesson videos on how to do certain technical analysis or strategy videos or, educational videos of sorts, right? They're not really there for this new entertaining side I'm trying to work out, which is why I'm practicing and using this opportunity to learn how to set everything up and make the most of it though. But yeah, nice setup, nice so you guys can see the TV behind me and stuff like that. I will have to, that's blue light right now. I need to make it white here in a little bit. And then I'm going to be recording a video tonight, sending it over to an editor and seeing how he manages to make it work. And we'll see how it goes from there, that's for sure. And then about First Republic, what about First Republic? Oh, okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, you're welcome about the First Republic. The Voyager news, I don't think I'm going to get my Voyager money back soon. It was like $500, but I doubt I'm going to get hardly anything back of it at this point. They sent me a letter today talking about some other trial day and how something else is coming up and if I have objections to do this, but at this point, I don't care. I've already moved on from Voyager. I only had $500 in there. I know some people had much more, and that's going to be irritating for them, but at this point, I'm not going to even worry about it anymore. I may make some update videos, though, that's for sure. Update videos, but no, I'm not going to try to worry about me getting my money back. And thank you for subscribing, my man. I appreciate it. It was interesting to hear another perspective of what happened to First Republic. Yeah, it really does suck. But, it goes back to this thing where people don't think Jerome Powell is going to be okay with causing a lot of pain. And they all have this idea of him from back in 2018, 2019. So we've talked about this, I think, a handful of times. But as you guys remember, back over here, so this is a 4-hour chart. I'm going to go to the weekly chart. Right here. So this is COVID. But see this right here? 2018. Now let's go over here to Fed funds rate chart. All right. So people don't talk about it too much. But see right here, we started raising rates in 2016 when Trump got into office. So economy was doing good. Obama it was stalling under Obama, but towards the end of Obama's presidency, he was doing okay as far as the economy. I think I was in college still, so wasn't really aware of the economy, so to speak. So you guys can probably correct me if I'm wrong there. But 2017, going up. What happened? 2008, 2019, right? And then what happened? The market threw one small tissy fit. A tissy fit. And I want to remind you guys, we had been going from here to here, and we were looking pretty darn solid. And this small tissy fit caused Jerome Powell to start to lower rates. He moved them from 2.39 all the way back down to 1.55. All right. Now probably something around 2.5, probably to 1.5. I think he moved it down 1%, and that's before COVID came, and then we ended up crashing and all that. Rates went down to protect everybody and make it spur the economy. But that small drop caused Jerome Powell to back off. That's all people know about him because Trump appointed him, right? You only know as much as the time he's been in office. And he backed down and he was very weak. Now, he's been very strong and robust this far, and the market's kind of been iffy, so to speak. But when we have a recession, is he going to back down? Because at this moment in time, the NASDAQ, the Dow Jones, the SPY, they're all pricing in a rate cuts, right, coming up. Rate cuts. That's not good. But going back to First Republic Bank, they all thought he wasn't as serious about raising heights because he did it before and he was forced to back off. And it's unfortunate, right? That's why consistency matters. That's why people hang on his every word. But if you remember at the beginning of all this inflation stuff, there was tons of people talking about how he lost his credibility. It's because his credibility was already wavering because of what we saw on that chart. With us, a small freak out of the market, and I'm going to call that move that we just talked about small. In hindsight, it's small. during the time might have felt kind of big, but it was small if you just zoomed out a little bit, small. And so he backed down. And by no means is like 2.5 rate extreme, especially for how good the economy was. No, not bad at all, right? 2005, 5, right? Look how fast we went up there. Whoop. Over here, in 90s, 5.5. Totally reasonable. Totally reasonable. Now in the 90s, 80s, much different time to be alive. Not as much internet and computers and software and stuff, so a little bit different, and a lot more recessions, and the world was changing, more money was being printed, yada yada yada. But still, that has haunted him for a while. That's why he has to act so stern and always flip-flop like he did before. And then all of a sudden, the market wouldn't find that new, really good bottom we're looking for. It might be something more of a subtle bottom. You know, it'll just be annoying. I think you get it back around 35% of your original Voyager holdings. That's better than nothing. It's better than nothing. At this point, I haven't been expecting anything because it's just been all over the place. Binance said no. I wonder why Binance said no, though. I thought they had the ability to do it, but if they don't, that kind of worries me a little bit more. You see Dogecoin millionaire warn investing Pepe on social media. Pepe Army didn't like it. They are mad. I mean, so what? I mean, what do you call it? That Dogecoin millionaire guy, I don't even think, like, hold on. Let me get rid of all these tabs I got open right now. Okay, let's go over here. Let's go over to YouTube. Let's drag this over here. I know you guys can't see my screen just yet, but that's fine. What's his name? Dogecoin millionaire. Excuse me. Yeah, okay, so here. This is his channel. Wanted to make sure I got his right channel. So, what do you call? Dogecoin millionaire. He has 112,000 subscribers. He hasn't posted in 2 months. I mean, he just hasn't posted in a long time. To stay relevant, you have to catch on to whatever trend is going. I'm talking about Pepe. I'm not saying it's a bad thing to do, but I'm not hyping it, I guess you would say. I'm pretty much saying it's a casino. Have fun. But what do you call? I'm sure he probably has a Twitter somewhere. Twitter. Why doesn't he have a, what do you call? He's selling merch. I don't know how much money this guy has if he's selling merch. You know, millionaire type of stuff. But I don't know how much Dogecoin he sold at the highs, right? Because I sold some at 50 cents, 70 cents, 60 cents, yada yada yada. But let's go back to Twitter, I guess. I didn't spell that right, but that's okay. Oh no, it's not okay. Dude, Twitter. Dogecoin millionaire? There's so many Dogecoin millionaires. What was his tag here? Pro the Doge. Slum Doge millionaire. There we go. 251,000 followers here. 5 hours ago. Pepe Holder's real quiet right now. Oh, I see. He's trolling them. Okay. That makes sense. So many Pepe Maxis are mad I was right about calling the top. Never hated the coin. Just not a good buy right now. He probably said something like the market cap was really high. I mean, we'd all been saying it and talking about it. I don't think he's not saying anything bad at this point. Pepe is still good long term, just not at current price. Wait until it's retracted by at least 80-90% from all time highs. 1.5 billion. It'll go crazy next bull run. Let's see. This is 20 hours ago. Looks like this tweet aged well. How am I the voice of reason in crypto right now, or times to change? I don't think he's the voice of reason, but I mean, who cares? It's Twitter. You can say whatever you want. Let's see. No, he's been using Pepe to gain exposure. It's a very smart thing. You see it on Twitter all the time. Nothing bad. I mean, at least he's still trying to grow. I think, what's his name? What's the guy's name? You guys know what I'm talking about. Yeah, Final Stand. He's his channel's been shrinking, I think, over the last few months. But he's still doing videos at least. He's been the biggest Dogecoin guy I know. But I don't know if he's been. Yeah, he's talking about Pepe too. Dogecoin versus Pepe making millions. There's a Pepe in the background there. You know, it's what you do. What's that one website? Social Blade. There you go. Here at Final Stand. Yeah, I mean he's lost 1,000 subscribers over the past month. That's no bueno. But he only gets about 3,000 views a day. So his views for the last 30 days are like down 34%. You know, not terrible. It's not like he's doing anything bad. But when you don't change up your channel, you can see how it doesn't necessarily like fix itself back up. It usually stays down here for a while. My channel was kind of like this for a while before I started changing stuff up, asking you guys, what do you guys want to talk about? Because I can't just talk about Dogecoin 24/7 every day now. And you can try to grow yourself out of it. But it all depends on what you guys are talking about. And right now, Pepe is the hot thing. So you're going to see a lot of people talking about it. You guys just have to know that we're talking about it because we know it's going to get us views. We know that it's interesting to talk about. We know that people can make some money on it. But just because, you know, it can be fun to talk about doesn't mean you guys need to invest the whole freaking planet on it. That's the big thing here. Which is why maybe I'm not getting as many Pepe views as everybody else because I haven't been pumping it up as much. But, you know, it's fun to talk about stuff like that because we always get excited when a coin is going parabolic, regardless if we're in it or not. We just like to see it go up. Like, that's the heart of all traders. We just like to see stuff go up. It's better when we're trading it, though. Do you have any thoughts on joining a prop firm along with me, using my account to trade? I'm tired of my regular job and rather do this instead. What do you call it? I don't do prop firms or stuff like that. I've always kind of worried about the taxes and how the liability stuff works for it. But the closest thing right now I have to it is just the copy trading. But even with the copy trading, I don't usually advise people putting so much money into that, if you get what I'm saying. Usually people just put like $1,000, couple $1,000. I would say if like you're getting tired of working stuff like that, the best thing I could tell you to do is start investing in some dividend stocks and like save up $100,000. You know, start investing in dividend stocks. Usually that can give you like a few $1,000 a month, or like more like $1,000, $2,000 a month, and it can really get you going as far as your basic necessities out of the way, and then your job, which you're probably still going to be working just because you get bored really fast. Whether you want to do YouTube or something else, you get bored. Like I got really bored just trading. Heck, that's why I started talking about Dogecoin. And then, you know, basically, you can start doing whatever you want to, starting your own career. You can start to travel and work. I have a friend who's a YouTuber. He lives in Asia, and he is hopping to beach resort after beach resort after beach resort because the beach resorts are so cheap over there. He just lives at beach resorts and hops around, works from his laptop, does his meetings and everything like that. It usually works out pretty well. What's the site for options tracking you showed earlier? Yeah, they're one of the sponsors of the channel. It's called Livestream. You'll see it up on the top every now and again. That direction over there. It's Livestream. It's a really good site. I have a link down below, I think, if you want to check it out. Commission for the firm is 40, 60, 40 for you, 60 for them and the firm. I mean, you could always reach out, but I don't know. See. I mean, you could always reach out, but chances are I'm probably not going to be good at trading other people's money. I have anxiety when it comes to that type of stuff as far as the responsibility of other people's money. Otherwise, I would have tried to do something like that a while ago. But I would say small copy trading accounts, like if you wanted to put $100, I'm not even gonna say something like a crazy large number, $100 to copy trade me on Fairdesk and just see how I perform, and then you could even copy my copy trading account if you wanted to do that technically, because when I copy trade, I don't think you guys get an alert, but if you just check it and say, hey, Michael just opened up a short right now, and you know, let me open up a short too. You know, instead of like copy trading on using my copy trading account, you can just have $100 following me than having a larger amount, because I copy trade with 10x leverage, sometimes 5x leverage, But if you wanted to do 25x leverage on my play, you could probably make money doing that as well without having to split so much with me, even though I guess I would like a split as always, but you get what I'm saying, right? I get money if I make profit for copy traders, I get like a 10% of the profit off of it, I think it is. And that's how it works out on copy trading platforms, I think. But yeah. Hey Mike, have you heard of Profit Scraper? What are your thoughts on it? I have not heard about Profit Scraper, but let me go Google it very fast and see what I can find. Struggling to find a profitable arbitrage items to sell on eBay? Find thousands of hot selling items with click of a button for a hot item finder software. Is this what you're talking about? Or are you talking about this one right here, which is gain a unique opportunity to access a hard to reach source of passive income and start earning more with the help of AI-based inter-exchange arbitrage? eBay, Profit Scraper, Daily ROI, AI-based bonus system. I don't know. I'm seeing different versions of it. There's a video right here from Hippo Crypto. I don't know who Hippo Crypto is. I should probably say hello. But eBay. Wait, they're both arbitrage. So this one here, okay, arbitrage. Find thousands of hot selling items with the click of a button with our hot item finder software. Legally clone thousands of hot selling Amazon products from other eBay sellers ready to upload to your own store. Within minutes, you have access to thousands of hot selling items that are ready to upload. USA Amazon. I've never been good at this stuff, honestly. Never. They do have an affiliate program here. 20% monthly recurring commissions for anyone you refer to Profit Scraper. This is only open to Profit Scraper members. I wish they had more information. Start a free trial. Oh, I just wanted to figure out the plan. Here's your plan. Tacos at gmail.com. $1,000 items a month, $27. I don't know. I have no idea how this stuff works. Oh no, the AI trick thing. Okay, good, because I had no idea what the heck this is. I'm not good at this stuff at all. I see the people like this on TikTok all the time saying you can make a lot of money doing it, but I've never heard of it. So when it comes to stuff like this, okay, I kind of understand what it's talking about. Gain a unique opportunity to gain a hard-to-reach source of passive income and start earning more with the help of AI-based inter-exchange arbitrage. I can explain to everybody here, but it's like very teeny transactions or differences and money, but I'll explain it. The platform's AI advanced algorithm tracks the prices of different assets between different CEXs and DEXs, identifying price discrepancies and execute many instant transactions before the market corrects itself. Our algorithm works 24/7 in a large number of markets. Investors can enjoy a steady stream of income with no need for constant monitoring or manual trading. Okay, so I've never done this before. It sounds good. Just because I know people have done this without AI, and I've seen them make money. I've never heard them doing it in many times though. So I guess that's where the AI comes into effect. And I'm guessing they take your money, pull it with other people's money. They're just kind of moving it from exchange to exchange and stuff like that. Now, I would say it sounds fine from what I've heard and from the friends that I know that have done this, not through this program, but have done it in the past. I would really take about a week to go through their Discord channel and see what they have to say. Join Profit Scraper. And how to start. Register a wallet, okay. Bonus system. General chat. Anyone still here? I guess this project is done. I created this group to help. This is probably a scam one. I have a legitimate live. This is the scams. I think this project died. So this thing, the Discord is not looking so good. Let's go over here to check out their tweet. They haven't tweeted since April 27th. Not so long ago. Referral system with this, you can get 6% for each level 1 referral. I don't know. This one, maybe not, but if you can find one that actually has like an alive Discord page, that could work. I mean, let me go back over to this Discord. I need to leave this because it feels nasty just being in there. There we go. Let's go over here. I don't know. That Discord kind of bummed me out. I'm sure there's a way to, like this. I see right here, crypto. This guy's talking about profit scraper as well. I've never heard of somebody automating it, but I'm sure it exists. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, in theory, it sounds like it could work. I honestly just don't know how they do it, and that Discord seems so dead. I would have no idea how to trust them. I usually like to talk with developers and stuff like that and get an idea of what's going on. But you don't always get that with a larger company. But I don't even think they're a larger company. So, you can give it a shot. I'm more skeptical after looking at that Discord and the fact they're not really tweeting all too much. But again, it's been about a couple weeks and they haven't tweeted. They should have tweeted by now. If these things would have worked, they would have never shared it that openly. If you make 5% profit daily, compounds like crazy. Oh, it was daily. Oh, I thought it was like I was thinking of like monthly. What do you call? Yeah, what do you call it? Put a cap. Put a cap. That's not too constrictive. Can weave out the bad players. Yeah. What do you call? Hey, I know Loki's over here wanting more and more attention. Oh, yes, you good boy. If they have a service where they can make money off of it, they'll usually try to do that. But I have no idea if it works or not. Usually I wouldn't trust a YouTuber just going out there and saying, try this, because from what it sounds, you can make money in the referral program. They could just be shilling it to get as much referrals as possible. You just honestly don't know. I would like to go to Discord and ask people how they like it, but that Discord is dead. Dead. Those spammers posting every few minutes, every few days. You don't want the spammers to, if nobody's monitoring the Discord, it's not a good sign for the company overall and the health of the company. And hey, Zach, if it quacks like a duck, it's a duck. What do you call it? Quack. Quack. Yeah, you're a good boy. Hey, come here. Yeah. Okay, guys, I'm going to call it a night. It's been a good 2 hours. I have to record a video here. I probably should have had this video done like yesterday for my editor, but I didn't. So I got to record a video where I'll be talking about the process of buying stocks and cryptocurrencies during a recession, so you guys can make the most income possible when things start to turn back around, and we're starting to look at all-time highs and stuff like that again, okay? Oh, before I go, hey, Larry, who do you use for these high leverages? Do they take a percentage of the gains? So I mean, there's tons of exchanges out there. Right now, I'm using Fairdesk. I have a link below if you want to try them out. They do not take a percentage of the income. They charge fees for using the leverage. The fees are smaller than you would think, and by joining with my link, you actually don't pay as many fees as everybody else. Let me pull up an account here so I can show you very fast and just show you what you might be expecting, so to speak. Futures. Let's see if this is the right one or not. Let's go very fast. Okay, so these are some smaller trades that I did. one medium trade, I guess, and there's like not even a really large trade. But you can see I made 46 bucks trading this one. The fee was like less than a nickel. This transaction fee, this fee was 25 cents, excuse me. This fee was $17 off of $273 profit. That was $3. And so, with the transaction fee, the fee was 54 cents. The fees can range like that. But this trade right here, it was, can I zoom this way? There you go. Opening price, amount. So that was 4/5, so almost 9/10 of a Bitcoin right there. So I was trading with quite a bit of money. No. This was Ethereum, I think it was. No, Bitcoin. No, it was Bitcoin. Yeah, sorry. So, and I made 54% on it. I traded it yesterday. And that amount of Bitcoin was like 17 bucks or so. It was probably like $1,000. $1,000 leverage with 50x leverage probably, or something like that. Around 17 bucks. If you follow me through copy trading, let's go larger. There you go. Basically how copy trading works, I can't show you because I am a copy trader. But basically 7-day follower profit traders. Okay, so let's say you follow me or you follow Sagar, Crypto Mason, whoever. Careful of Crypto Mason, he's made some really bad trades. I know it says he's doing really well now, but watch out for him. Sagars, this is a guy I know that does well. He does 3 and 5x longs. He does a short every now and again, but you can see like better trader than I am. So if you want like really good results, this guy's really good. I've been doing fine, of course, but this guy gold standard, I would have to say. So lots of money here. The way these work basically is, if you trade, you're still paying fees on the trade because you're technically just copying his trades, or my trades, or whoever's trades you go off of. But here's how it works. So when you have it set up, and I think I have a tutorial on this, all you're doing is setting up how much money you want to copy his trade for and at what leverage. So if he's doing 25x longs on this over here, or right here, the last few days, he's been doing 3x longs. This is what's happening. You can say, hey, I want to follow his leverage and the amount he's trading, and of which case you'll follow him. But sometimes he does a few different trades at once. So this is all 5/8. These trades will all open up within a few minutes. So you may have that same trade that you said you only want to do one of happening 4 different times. So if you say I want to trade $100 at whatever leverage he's doing, or whatever trade he's doing, it could add up really fast and it can take up your whole account and put it all into trades, which can be very, very good or very, very bad if the trade doesn't work out in your favor. Now, when it comes to this type of stuff, though, the way I would have it set up is that you would have a small amount of money you'd say that you'd want to put in there. So, let's say you deposit $5,000 in there. Let's just say $1,000, small number right now. If you put $1,000 and you follow Sagar or me, you would want to manually set your leverage and your fixed amount that you want to trade. Because all you're doing at the end of the day is saying, hey, when I go long, you automatically open up a long at whatever metrics you set up previously. So if you say, hey, whenever Michael goes long, I want to have one position go long at $1,000 with a 5x leverage. Even if I'm doing a 10x leverage and $500, you're still going to be doing what you set up to do. That's what makes copy trading nice. But a lot of times people will overdo it. And if I have like 4 longs going at once, that means 4 of the positions that you had going at once. So it's not like I just do one trade at a time. People can do different trades. There's a guy over here. His name is Ronaldo. I always forget his name. Let's zoom out here a little bit more. This is ranking. Ronaldo's in here somewhere. He does a bunch of trades. Maybe he had a bad trade and he sunk down. There we go. Oh, yeah, he had a bad trade. Here it is. Okay. So he's usually pretty good, 92% rate. Not all of us are going to win 100% of the time, and you just have to take that into account. Yeah, so he lost some trades here. Looks like a while ago, some longs. He does 16x longs. But, okay, so look at this. He did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trades today. 7 trades. So if you had $100 as you trade, at one point, if all these were at the same time, you could have had $800 in trades. So you kind of have to be careful about it. You have to say like, hey, how you have to figure out how much money you want, how many times you want to be following somebody. So there's no way that an exchange will let you like cap out how many follows you want to do. Normally it's just once your copy trading balance is used, they won't take any more positions on your behalf. But as long as they're making money, you're going to be doing fine. Because this guy's only making $6, $2, $3, but in reality, over time he's making profit off of it, if that makes sense. Even going back over here to Sauger, I think that's how you pronounce the name. $8, $14, $8, $17, $6. Last 7-day profit, $1,400. Okay, so really what you're looking at is that long-term profit there. But it can be a little bit tricky. If you want to message me on Discord or ping me on the Discord, you can message me privately, it doesn't matter. I can show you how to set it up, but you just want to make sure you understand that if you follow somebody that has like a lot of trades, it can definitely like $100 here, 100, 200, you know, right? And when everything's working out very well and all the trades are going very well, it's good. But if they're not going well, it can be very bad, which is why I told you to be careful of Crypto Mason. He does this thing where he has like some good trades right here. Like he has a couple days of good trades. Look at this, 5,000 down, right? No good, no good. Then you have a couple hundreds here, hundreds here, hundreds here. You know, hundreds, looking good. Where was it at? He had one really bad trade where like, there you go. Down 135, down 9, down 349. It doesn't go back further than that. But you just got to be careful. And so don't put too much money into a copy trading account unless you really trust the guy. And but you know, usually what I would say is just start off with $100, $1,000, whatever you kind of feel more comfortable with. It can just be $50 for all somebody cares. The only thing I would tell you this is before I head off, guys, is this. When you guys are doing this, they are allowed to have limits on how much money you need in order to follow them. So, you know, if you only have $50, they may kick you off of their followers. And usually the people that do that are like Trade King, Sauger, Crypto Mason, things like that. I don't have any such limit because I'm new and I'm just looking for followers. But, you know, some people care about how much money you have when you follow them. I don't think it really matters all too much. You know, just if you follow, you follow. But what do you call it? Careful with copy trading. Don't just assume it's going to be some glorious rosy petals. Now, it's been nice so far. I make mistakes. Other people make mistakes. So far, it's been doing fine. But when you're setting up copy trading, this goes for Fairdesk, BitGet, any copy trading system out there. Make sure you guys are looking at how often these people trade. Are they doing 1 trade, 2 trades, or do they do spurts of 5 trades, then maybe going 1 to 2 trades? Just understand how their style of trading. Because I do both. I'll do 1 trade here, 1 trade here. But then if I'm really bullish, I'm like, oh, 5 trades here, then maximize the profit, so to speak. So you got to look at it, go slow. I have a couple copy trading tutorials on my channel. Give them a look. But if you have any questions, just feel free to shoot me a message on Discord. Well, in this bear market, guys, it's much more easy to reach out to me and ask me questions and stuff like that, okay? And okay, buddy, what's the benefit of being a copy trader? Oh, so let's say Larry was following me in copy trading, and he made $100 in profit off of a trade off of me, okay? So the exchange would take their fee, which you guys saw is not too much. Exchanges usually have smaller fees, but they take a fee. That's how they make their money. So they take a fee. I will take 10% of all the profits and 0% of the losses. So if he loses money, I don't take any money from him. He just pays the fees of the trade. But if he makes $100 in profit off of a trade, I make $10 off of that. So he's giving like a 10% commission type of thing. But I don't make any money off of him if I lose. If I lose the trade, so to speak, if that makes sense. But that's where I make money. And that's why you see the people I was just talking about, why they do so many trades, because all that profit, it means they make 10% of that. So if I can show you this very fast again, copy trade. Okay, so this guy just made his followers around $70,000 in profit. He made $7,000 in profit in the last 7 days. Right now, he himself has actually lost 9,500 somehow in this way. I don't exactly know how. So he's not actually making money, but most of us, like It's positive here, positive there, positive there, positive there, positive there, positive. Okay, 70 profit, nothing like that. He doesn't have many followers, but he'll get there eventually. Positive there. Okay, not positive there, but you get my point. Unless they have like, like me. I've only made $237 profit, but my followers have made about $743 in profit in the last 7 days, which means I've probably earned 10% of $743, which is, let's just do $750. $75. That makes sense? So I'm not really making a bank off of this, but so many of you guys have been asking me to like, hey, how can you help me trade? Can I copy your positions? And this is the easiest way I can do it without opening myself up to legal scrutiny. And so yeah, that's the way I would be able to do it. And it allows you to have control over your margins and how much money you want to spend. And I like you guys being able to have that control, because if I'm doing 10x leverage positions, right? I can be doing 10x, but if you guys don't feel comfortable with a 10x leverage, you guys can do a 2x leverage or a 3x leverage. I'm not going to get mad at you. Or you guys can go a 50x leverage for all I care, but I would hope you just be careful with going too high on leverage. But if I'm doing 100, right now I'm doing like $50 or $100 trades. You guys can follow me by having a 10x $50 trade or a 10x $100 trade. But maybe some of you guys will say, hey, I trust Michael, I trust Sagar, I trust Trade King, I trust whoever enough, well, maybe I'll do a $200 per trade. But if I do 5 trades, you're having $1,000 exposed to the market. If I do 10 trades, it goes higher and higher and higher every single time. So I just want you guys to understand that. I make money off of paper trading. A lot of people do out there. Not many people in crypto, though, like to do this because you officially have a record of your trades. So people can see if you're actually making money. And if you're a crypto trader and, and you have a bad record, and a consistently bad record at that, because we all have bad days. It's traders. We all have bad weeks, bad days. But if you're consistently bad, it can mess with your image. I would say, like 2 months of bad trades. Now 1 month could be fine. We've all had those months. Maybe you guys haven't yet, but we have like just bad months where we just like, but it can be rough. And there's people on BitGet that do this, Femex, I think. There's a whole bunch of different styles out there. Some exchanges just have AI trading bots and stuff like that. But it's all the type of same thing. They take money off of your profits. But main point here is control your risk. Don't do as much as you think, because if I do 5 trades, all of a sudden, boom, that's like 5 trades I'm doing in a couple hours, all buys. Sometimes you see the buy, I'm doing the first buy level here, second buy level here, third buy level here, fourth buy level here, fifth buy level here. I've done that before. That's one of the reasons I have the 84%, because I was doing something like that and it came back down. And so my first 3 lower buys worked up my top 2 buys in it because it came down too fast before I could close position. So overall, everything worked out. But you still made money. But 2 of the 5 trades didn't work out because it came down ahead of time. But the overall plan worked. You made money. There's profit there. But you can see, 84% for the week. So for the 3 weeks, excuse me. So you got to understand how all that type of stuff. But yeah. We got this again. Sorry. This entire stream, guys, Bitcoin didn't do nothing, which kind of sucks. It's like 2 hours of Bitcoin doing absolutely nothing. However, guys, we are still looking at these support levels here. So kind of keep a close eye. Watch out. Bitcoin is at these support levels here. We did just have a death cross here. That should be a big red flag warning here. But if the NASDAQ can have a robust day tomorrow, we might be able to kind of move back up a little bit more. We are in more bearish territory, though, for crypto. Not, oh my God, we're going to like new lows for the year or something like that. However, you just got to be more aware and watch out for some of these altcoins, okay? There you go. Moon rocks. Poor Pepe want to make millions. Let's see. It's okay, guys. I mean, it is what it is with Pepe. People learn from their mistakes. People have fun with it. People made money. It all depends. I made money off of Dogecoin, but there's people that didn't make money. It's just the way the system works. It just depends on when you buy, when you sell, what your experience has told you in the past, and how you kind of use that experience to make more money. But anyway, I will see you guys a little bit later tomorrow. No worries for the happy to help you out, Larry. Let me know if you have any questions on the road. And hey, Loki says goodbye as well. There we go. All right. There you go. All right. Bar. He's not gonna bite. Oh, there he goes.